Sugar, but sugar ain't got me. Well, let me tell you this. I don't have sugar, but sugar sure got me, honey. Listen, let me tell you something. I was able to get rid of the drug habit. I was able to get rid of the cigarette habit. I was even able to get rid of those wild women. But Miss Rice, I don't know how to get rid of the sugar. I mean, help me, Miss Rice. I will be at the food show. I need some help, Miss Rice. I can't get rid of it. No degree like the degree on the Art Mckoy University radio show. The degree of what, Brother Porter?
Of common sense.
Again?
Common sense.
Judge, what's that degree again?
Common sense.
Lord have mercy. Let's keep it real here. Who's on the line? Talk to me.
He can do everything, can he? Have to watch him.
Admit to me that you never played a game of tennis in your life, even though you got a tennis course in your name. Speak on the microphone, ma'am. I know you're scared. Y'all hear what I said? That's my platform, and I know y'all gonna vote for me. Vote for me, Art Mckoy. Because I'm gonna cut out all food giveaways. It's gonna be a moratorium for 1 year. I'm cutting it out. In other words, I know that there's a lot of great food giveaway programs out here. Lord have mercy. I know at the Word Church, man, they give out, my church, they give out great food. Don't cut it out. Sorry, Pastor Brown, I'm going to cut it out.
And whether it's not just the person that has diabetes, the whole family has diabetes. Because everybody has to deal with if the person's sugar goes high, what to do. If the sugar goes low, what to do. Sometimes you're the difference between life and death. So we all have to be educated. And not to mention, not only is the community affected, but the corporations are affected too. We spend $279 billion a year in just diabetes care. Wow. And that can be, we can cut into that if we can treat people on site instead of sending them to the hospital every single time that they have some type of diabetic issue.
Right, I agree with that.
There is no cure. What diabetes is a disease that can be managed. So that means that even though you have diabetes, you can still have numbers that are in normal range by doing things to keep the sugar under control.
I agree. You know what, caller? Thank you so much for your call. And we'll switch this over. We're going to get you those tickets. And I said we're going to switch you over and give you those tickets. But I just want to respond. We will. Okay, we will.
I'd like to address that.
Right.
I didn't write the book. I'm just giving you the information. There is no cure for diabetes. There's no matter how many ways you slice it or how you try to, say it. There is no cure for diabetes. Diabetes can be managed. You can live a healthy life with diabetes. You just have to manage it, and it has to be managed, it has to be monitored, and it has to be treated properly. And I'm just the messenger.
You know what? And just like we were talking about education, all right? So let's just, once again, I just want to let everyone know we've been talking here today with Ms. Deanna Rice. But Deanna, did I even mention that you also are a nurse? You've had training in this. I don't know why people want to be argumentative, but here's the point. The point is that this is a devastating issue of diabetes in the black community. Deanna has joined us today to talk about the Sugar Foundation. She has a wonderful book out called I Got the Sugar, but the Sugar Ain't Got Me, which gives a breakdown and an educational way of what diabetes is, how it affects the body, and how you can manage it.
Yeah, but I want people to be upset because we need to be. At this point, it's an epidemic, and we need to. If you don't like what I said, that's fine. I understand. I can't make everybody happy 100% of the time, but I am going to deliver the information the way that it is. I can't change in order to address people's feelings and
or their fears or their
fears.
Exactly.
I'm just here to help you with your fears and help you manage them, and that's what the Sugar's mission is to come in the community and be a friend and be a partner and help the community kind of move forward and get this disease under control on our own, because we're on our own.
Well, we thank you so much. Art, did you have any questions?
As a matter of fact, I'm on the
website right now, and I love the fact that it says the sugar changing the face of diabetes. And I can tell you, fear causes people to react in all kind of different ways.
Absolutely.
Now, I know for a fact, my mom, she suffers from diabetes, but by the grace of God, her following diet and everything like that, she doesn't use insulin. I really wish that you all had been around like a few years ago, because I would like to ask you if you would be able to change different people's mindsets or what have you. And the reason I ask that is my grandmother, she passed. She was from down south. She had diabetes, everything from foot complications, and she refused to change her diet. There was nothing that we could do about it. She went out, got other people to go on, and include my grandfather to, I would say enable her and things like that. So with that being said, I really wish you all had been around or we had known of your existence, because then when myself or my mom or somebody else had gone around, we could have cooked different ways and done things
Mr.
different.
Art, I mean, the events are free and open to the public for the most part. We don't charge. We believe that the corporations and the foundations and the community should give to the foundation, so that the foundation can go out and spread the word and allow people to come in that may not have the resources and get the information.
So, all right.
Yes, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Listen, we got to bring you back, because we could talk for hours with you. Our phone calls would last for hours with you. So we'll bring you back. But my final thing, a nurse told me once when I was in the process of, they said, you're getting close to type 2, so you better watch yourself, all right? She said this to me. She said, either you can do something about it, or you don't have to do nothing about it, and do like many others do and just go on with it. So that's why I'm so interested in what you're saying right now, is because I don't want to be in that category, all right?
Right, you can live with it or die from it. That's pretty much where we are. I also wanted to say, not only is the Black History Month food show going on, and we'll be participating in that, but we will also be participating in the Celebrity Soup for the Soul on February 27th.
Okay, excellent. And Deanna, you know what? We're going to stay in touch so we can talk about your next event.
Please do.
But right now, we just want our listeners to know and want us to join us, Miss Controversy, myself, and all of us that are concerned about Black History Month, and also about food preparation in our community. So please join us for the Black History Month food show, where Miss Deanna will be doing a presentation with some chefs that she's bringing, and we're going to cook up some wonderful, healthy soul food, okay? So join us on February 11th, okay, from 5 to 9 p.m. at the Mediterranean Party Center on Rockside Road in Bedford Heights. And if you...
Miss Brown, I know you're listening. Mr. Brown, I know y'all listen to this show quite regular. Lord have mercy. Y'all got a great food program going on up there. People be lying all around the corner. Gonna cut it out. No more food giveaways. Lord have mercy. I already told Ted Gary we cutting out his food program too. No more food giveaways. That's my platform. The question is, listen, we offer diabetes now. We're off of that. We're off of sugar. Now we're on the fact that, will you vote for me as mayor under my new program? Yes, we're going to cut off. There's going to be no food. There's not going to be any food giveaways, a moratorium for 1 year. Lord have mercy. That's what we're talking about. Would you vote for me for mayor on those circumstances? Lord have mercy. And that's what's happening today, churches. I want y'all to go back to biblical. Listen, I know all my saints and all my ministers are coming home from church right now. Y'all had those great services. Some of y'all probably gave away some great food, some great bread and all of that. You understand? But I want you to go back to biblical where it says, what, brother? Come on, help me.
Teach a man to fish, they can eat forever. But you give a man a fish, they only eat for that one day.
And that's what I'm seeing. Hey, by the way, for years, I remember 10 years ago, I saw the Salvation Army food truck pull up in a abandoned gas station right down from Superfly Barbershop, right down from that business area. And as soon as I saw that Salvation Army food truck coming in there, I said, oh, my goodness. And Ted laughed at me when I said, man, we need to picket that food truck. We need to get the Black Man Army, black on black around that food truck and say, hey, get out of our neighborhood. You know what? Y'all thought I was crazy, you know? But I'll tell you what I saw. I saw already that food truck was going to cause problems because it was going to make the people in that community, a lot of them, not everybody, a lot of them become beggars to that food truck. And to give an example, 10 years later,
Okay.
there are people still lining up at that food truck talking about, give me some soup, give me some bread, give me some of that, and they bring in they paraphernalia to pick this stuff up. It's that 10 years later, and guess what has happened in that time?
What's
the
that?
people have not progressed at all. They're still begging. But guess what happened to the Salvation Army?
What's that?
At that time, they had a little old trailer that they was handing food out at the window, and a truck was pulling it up. Guess what they got now?
What?
They got about a $50,000-$60,000 new vehicle to deliver the food to you. All right. So I listen. I'm just keeping it real with you. You understand? Listen. Trust me. I have nothing against the Salvation Army. I love the Salvation Army and the work that they do. But I'm talking about in this area of giving away this food, they have made beggars out of those people in the community. One of my friends, Brother Leonard, I know Leonard, one of the best hustlers in the world, whether it's window washing, working for people, whatever. All of a sudden, when this truck first came out, I saw Leonard with his plastic bowls and stuff going up there. So I'm going to the food truck. And he made it a habit. I said, Leonard, the biggest hustler in the whole wide world, and here you done relinquish yourself to a plastic bowl going up to the food truck, getting this food, taking it back home. You understand? And guess what? Sooner or later, he realized what it was doing to him, and he don't go up there no more.
Wow. Are you endorsing Donald Trump? You sound like a supporter.
I'm not endorsing Donald Trump. What I am endorsing is the fact that our community will never be able to get where it's supposed to get if we become beggars. I'm gonna give you a brief history. 216-578-14. I'm gonna give you a brief history, and then I'm gonna go back to my phone lines and talk to everybody. I got all these callers.
Yes,
they want to vote for me. They want to vote for me. They understand what I'm saying. They want to vote for me for mayor because they know I'm telling it like it is. Yeah, a few people might go hungry, but it's all right. You understand? It's all right because listen, what I'm saying is keeping it real, and I'm gonna give you a brief history on how they got many of us in our community to be beggars. It all started with a block of cheese. Lord have mercy! I feel like preaching. I feel like preaching today.
Go ahead, take it back.
It all started with a block of cheese.
It was a block of cheese,
the man,
bread.
Yeah, here's what the man said. He said, we got this cheese, and we're gonna figure out just how strong this community is. You understand? If we can get them to go for this cheese, which they know if they eat all this cheese, it's going to cause them more problems than they had in the first place. But if we can trick them and get them to eat this cheese and go for this cheese, then we got them. We know we can get them on anything else. So guess what? They started these great big places, either in the church or even in some of the stores. Say, come on in and get your free cheese.
And people, I remember those days too. Families were going in there happy, conversing, having a good time, getting that free cheese.
Yeah, I got this great big block of cheese. And people were going all over to different parts of town getting these big blocks of cheese. You understand? Some people had all this cheese, a carload of cheese. You understand?
Yes,
and so, listen, it was by design. And even myself, I had a little bit of that cheese, and I said, wow, this cheese tastes pretty good.
You know?
It was all a part of the trick. You understand? And guess what happened?
Go ahead, Professor.
They realized this. Said, we can get those people to beg for cheese and stand in cheese line and fight for that. We got them. Because we'll slowly diminish that and start our food lines and start our food giveaways. And we got them. And from that cheese, this is history, from that cheese, they've turned a lot of our community into beggars. And you know what?
What's that?
My goal on the Art Mckoy University radio show today as mayor.
Okay.
Or as a moratorium. There will be no food giveaways in this city for 1 year. Try to look at the way it really is. Let's go down. I know who's on the line for you to understand. You understand? But I'm telling you right now. Listen, yes, a few people, as mayor of the city of Cleveland, a few people will go hungry. That's going to be casualty of getting this whole thing straightened out. A few people going to go hungry. You understand? And yes, I'm with a few people going to lose a little weight. Brother Porter, I admit that. A few people going to lose a little weight. But I tell you what, in the end, history will show, as mayor of the city of Cleveland, the mayor that ran on the platform of cutting these food programs out, history will show that in the end, he was the mayor that uplifted the people of the city of Cleveland and surrounding communities because he did what, Brother Porter?
Because...
Come on, you got to say it with some force if you mean it like the Bible says it.
Because he refused to feed people and give them fish forever, he decided to go ahead and teach people how to fish so they could be able to feed themselves rather than to give them a piece of fish so they could only eat one time.
I'm not only standing up for Bible and biblical principles, but I'm standing up for hustling ability. All right? We're going to take this to another level if I could preach on hustling ability.
Go
all right?
ahead.
Listen, our community, you understand, particularly our black men and our black women, you understand? Listen, we've always been great hustlers. We've always found out how to make a way, you understand, when there was no way, you understand? And we always figured out a way to do this, you understand? That's why we were able to grow and build the way we have. So they figured out, like, this is what the establishment figured out. Say, hey, here's what we'll do. We will give those people, we will turn a lot of those people into beggars. And we don't got to worry about them. Oh, Mr. Man, will you give me a cup of that soup? Oh, Mr. Man, will you give me some bread? Oh, Mr. Man, hey, listen. I even hit you. Oh, Mr. Man, will you give me a turkey? All right, and you wind up going from place to place, and you might have your 4 or 5 turkeys, and you know your refrigerator can't handle but 1 turkey, at the most 2 turkeys. So what you gonna do with all those other turkeys? Come on, talk to me, y'all. I know 2165 something hitting you hard today. I know I'm hitting you hard today, but it's I gotta keep it real. It's about uplifting the community. You know what? Because I tell you right now, the key to this whole conversation is our community must learn how to thrive and prosper without begging. We can do it. We did it before and we can do it again. 216-578-1490. Will you vote for me as mayor of the city of Cleveland on my platform? During Dr. Martin Luther King birthday, I was at this great event at the United Methodist Church right downtown on 700 Prospect. And actually, they was kind of, in a way, trying to give honor to some of the activists because we've been out there for a long time. And they had a march. It was cold. It was like, it was one of the coldest days of the year.
Yes,
but anyway, they marched over to the United Methodist Church. And a great church, great congregation. I have nothing good to say about those people, those worshipers. And they had a speaker by the name of Reverend McMickles. You remember Reverend McMickles from Antioch Baptist Church? Antioch Baptist Church, all right?
Okay.
And he gave a great speech. And in the middle of that speech, he was talking about, hey, he was out of town. Hey, if you rattle that paper one more time, Judge, you're going to be in big problems, all right? You're going to be in big problems. I'm going to have to come over there, Judge, and kick you under your chair, all right?
You're going to stay right where you are.
All right, okay, all right, well, talk to me then. So Reverend McMickles was giving this great speech, you know, and it was good. He was good. Wow. You know, he's teaching in some college somewhere now, big time, you know. So he was giving this speech, and he was talking about the Tamir Rice case, and it ain't over, and they're gonna change it and all that, all right? Okay. And then he made the statement, and by this time I'm on my feet, all right? And by this time he made the statement. He said, "Look, if I wasn't out of town when this happened, if I'd have been here, Oh, ain't no telling what I would have done. Ain't no telling what. Hey, and I'm on my feet. I'm on my feet. Oh man, yeah. And he laid it out, and the people began to rise and on their feet. All right. So the sermon ended. Pastor Mckoy said, "Hey, I gotta go on up to the college or wherever to my next appointment." But hey, and he walked on out the door, and I'm still standing all in praise for the fact of his speech. And my brother Alvin Brooks sitting next to me. He hadn't stood yet. But when he stood, he sit next to me, he said, "Hey, you remember McMickles, Reverend McMickles, the Honorable Reverend McMickles? Remember 10 years ago when the first consent decree came down and we were meeting at McMickles Church on, I think it was Brandon McLeod. Maybe it was Brandon McLeod. And McMickles got mad with us because we were demonstrating and taking a position then against police brutality and police murder. And Brother Brooks reminded me, say, hey, the preacher didn't do nothing then, but now that he's gone, he's talking about what he would have did if he would have been back here. He ain't do nothing then 10 years ago, but all of a sudden, since he's out of town, it's convenient for him. Oh, look, listen. I didn't come on this radio to break dance. I didn't come on this radio show to patty cake. You understand? I came on this radio to keep it real. Right. And so here's what I'm saying to you folks. We can get caught up like I did, Art Mckoy, the great activist. We can get caught up in this great sermon. We can get caught up in this hoopla and forget the real history. And if we forget the real history, then we forget. And and that great sermon, I had forgot the real history of what happened. At that time, 10 years ago, we was at the pastor's church. And he got mad with us because we were standing up demonstrating in this case. But all of a sudden, he's back. He was out of town, and boy, ain't no telling what you. And you know what Brother Brooks was telling me? Don't get mad with me, Antioch. Don't get mad with me, Pastor McMickle, because I'll tell you in front of your face. You didn't do nothing 10 years ago. So all of a sudden, you're coming back. If you'd have been here, you'd have did something then. Listen, so here's what I'm saying. Let's don't get caught up in the hoopla of these ministers promising us that they're going to do something that they have not done so far, all right? And they told us, oh, hallelujah, y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for me, all right? Pray for my soul, all right? Because I come here to tell the truth. Listen, here's what they said. They said this. They said, listen, we cannot get involved in the 137 shots, the greatest atrocity that happened in the city of Cleveland, where individuals got shot up worse than Bonnie and Clyde, had no guns, had no weapons or nothing. But we can't get involved in that.
True. That's what happened.
We can't get involved in that because look, they might have been on a little crack. They might have been drinking a little bit. They might, even though they are the least of thee in which the Bible preaches of, the least of thee, you hear ministers always talking about the least of thee, right. But the least of Timothy and Melissa, we can't touch our hands on that. But you let them mistreat Tamir Rice, that little boy. You let them not come back with justice on that little boy. And we're going to be standing with you. We're going to stand strong. Oh, this city never saw nothing like ministers coming together. Lord, have mercy. What did they do? Oh, talk to me, somebody. Talk to me. Listen, Lord, 216-578-1490. What did they do? What did they do? You know what? All of those that said they was going to do something, Lord have mercy, y'all forgive me. I know y'all coming home from church. I know y'all mad with me, but I got to tell the truth. What did y'all do? All of a sudden, they shift gears again. This is what they do. They shift gears. Now, you know what they're saying now?
What's that?
And I agree with it. Say, voters' right. We got to get people to the polls, and we're going to use that strategy. They done shifted to another strategy now. They done shifted to 1, 2, now they on 3. Now, I agree with the voting strategy. But the question I'm asking as the professor, and I'm bringing it right back down to Pastor McMickles, Professor Mike Mickles now. If he said 10 years ago in his church and got mad with us when we took a stand, if he didn't stand with us then, he come back and he make the speech at the church and say, oh, if I'd have been here. So if they didn't take a stand then, so they didn't take a stand on Melissa, they didn't take a stand on Timothy, are they really going to take a stand on voters' rights? Are they really going to take a stand and bring the people to the poll like they say? Or are they going to take the same stand that they've been taking for the last 20 years and our voting record has declined more, and more? I just want to know. Can I keep it real?
You can keep it real.
Can I keep it real today?
Keep it real, Professor.
Lord have mercy. Listen, to all my saints, to all my ministers, you know I love y'all. You know I love you, and you love me. But let me tell you something. My daddy, Norman Aquila McCoy, didn't bring me on this station to take no wooden nickels. My daddy, Norman Aquila McCoy, said, son, whatever you do, tell the truth and keep it real. Listen, I might not be on this radio station next week. I might not be on this station a month from now. But let me tell you something. I want y'all to say this. While Art Mckoy was on this station, he didn't try to be politically correct. He didn't try to pacify those that might need to be pacified. All he did was come on here and tell the truth and let the chip fall where they may. Who's on the phone line? Talk to me. All my lines are lit up and I'm talking. Hey, I'm not a preacher today. Talk to me. No. I'm gonna let you talk. Listen, I'm gonna let you talk, but let me tell you this. You say a platform is comprehensive. The few people that will eat, she ran. That's how a Republican do. They hit and run. Listen, when you have a platform, you have a comprehensive platform, and I'm glad you brought that up, Donna Brown. Listen, the children and the elderly will be excluded. The children and the elderly will be excluded. But people like you, Donna Brown, and you, Brother Porter, and you all that know how to hustle and fend for yourself, no, you're not going to eat. No, you're not going to eat. That is my platform. Thank you for bringing that up. Children will always eat. The elderly will always eat. But talking John and those people that want 5 or 6 turkeys and going around to every other food bank, no, you're not eating. You're going to learn how to hustle. You're going to learn how to hustle. You're going to learn how to hustle. And I guarantee you, when I get through with this town, it'll be, I bet you one thing, the town will be in better shape than what Frank Jackson got it in. Woo. You understand? Because, because you know what? Oh, downtown is great. And I'm not on Frank Jackson right now. Downtown is great. Downtown is great. But you go, don't get mad, Judge Gene Merrill Cable, because Frank Jackson is your man. It's all right. I love him too. But listen, downtown is great. But go through our neighborhoods, and you will see right now that our neighborhood, as part of our neighborhood, there's people in our neighborhood doing good. But part of our neighborhood, the part that I'm looking at, is the part where our community has become beggars in our community. I see that a lot. Listen, the economic condition of our community is not that. We're not beggars. We're not beggars at all. That's what we're talking about right here today. And listen, I need to jump this subject one more time. And if I jump it one more time, I'm going to tell you this.
Okay.
And trust me, I'm not trying to turn into a political cycle. But I must state to you that I am giving a State of the City message real soon as founder of Black on Black and with the Black Man Army. And I will, in my State of the City message, it will say that last year, crime and murder in our city was alarming and and one of the most devastating years, 2015, that I have seen in the city of Cleveland. And there are reasons for that. And listen, we have lost control. When I went over on the far side of Cleveland, Harvard, Union, Kinsman area, we've lost control of that area when it comes to crime.
Yes, sir.
When I went over on St. Clair and the other side of town, we've lost control of that area when it comes to crime and murder. When it went to the west side, we've lost control of parts of that area because of crime and murder. Anytime, I don't care nothing about no Republican convention Republicans. I don't care nothing about no Democratic convention Democrats, but I'm saying that anytime you have children 5 months old, 5 years old, being murdered and gunned down in the city, in your city, and listen, you have drive-bys floating all around whereby everybody that drive past you, even if you're just a normal citizen, you're looking all around. You don't know whether you need to duck or dodge or whatever. When you're scared that somebody might come in and invade your home or whatever. When all this, in other words, whether it's real or
east side,
unreal,
on the
west side, you understand, those people, they killing each other. But here's what happened. When you don't look out for the least of these, you didn't look out for Melissa. You understand? So you couldn't look out for Timothy Wright, because if you looked out for Melissa and stood your ground there, then they wouldn't have felt like they could do it for Timothy Wright. So if you look out for the least of the in the inner city around, then sooner or later, it's going to come until downtown. Next week. We love you. If I offended anybody, wait till next week. I love you, Judge.
About that, but I'll be there.
We love you. Talking John, great job. Turn it out.